Legends of extraordinary creatures have fascinated humanity throughout the ages. But were these beings merely figments of our imagination, or did some version of them actually walk the earth? Stay with me until the end to uncover the surprising truth behind these legendary beasts. Number 7. Cyclops. For centuries, tales of one-eyed giants called cyclopes have been part of Greek mythology. These fearsome creatures were said to be the children of gods, with a single massive eye in the center of their foreheads. But where did this bizarre idea come from? The answer might surprise you. Around 8 million years ago, ancient elephant ancestors called Dinotherium roamed the Mediterranean islands. These massive creatures had skulls with a large central nasal opening where their trunk connected, a feature that, when fossilized and discovered by ancient Greeks, looked remarkably like a single eye socket. When Greek sailors found these skulls washed up on beaches, they believed they had discovered the remains of giant, one-eyed humanoids. So cyclopes weren't just myths from Homer's Odyssey. They were misidentified elephant skulls that sparked the human imagination. Number 6. Griffins. Half eagle, half lion. Griffins appear in countless ancient artworks from Greece to Persia. These majestic creatures were said to guard treasure and represent divine power. But why would cultures across such vast distances imagine the same hybrid creature? The answer lies in the Gobi Desert, where Protoceratops dinosaur fossils are abundant. These dog-sized dinosaurs had bird-like beaks, 4 legs, and bony frills that could easily be mistaken for wings when partially exposed. Ancient traders crossing the Silk Road regularly encountered these strange fossils protruding from the sand. Having never seen dinosaurs, they interpreted them as remains of creatures with eagle heads and lion bodies. So griffins weren't just symbols in ancient art, they were prehistoric creatures misinterpreted by people who had no concept of extinction or dinosaurs. Number 5. Mermaids. Stories of beautiful half-human, half-fish creatures have enchanted sailors for thousands of years. Christopher Columbus himself claimed to have spotted mermaids off the coast of Haiti in 1493, describing them as not as beautiful as they are painted. But what was Columbus actually seeing? Manatees and dugongs are aquatic mammals that often rise vertically in water, cradling their young with flipper-like arms in a strikingly human pose. From a distance, sun-dazzled sailors could easily mistake these gentle creatures for human fish hybrids. What's even more fascinating is that manatees are among our most distant mammal relatives, still showing vestigial limbs, evolutionary evidence of our shared ancestry. So mermaids weren't just sailor fantasies, they were misidentified marine mammals that continue to captivate us today. Number 4. Phoenix. The legendary phoenix, a magnificent bird that bursts into flames at the end of its life cycle, only to be reborn from its own ashes, appears in myths from ancient Egypt to China. But could such an incredible creature have any basis in reality? Meet Microraptor, a 4-winged dinosaur covered in iridescent feathers that lived 120 million years ago. These feathers contained melanosomes that created brilliant, shimmering colors that appeared to change as the creature moved, much like how a phoenix was described in ancient texts. Paleontologists believe that when ancient humans found these fossilized feathers with their remarkable coloration preserved, they imagined creatures of fire and rebirth. So the phoenix wasn't just a symbol of immortality, it was inspired by prehistoric birds whose remains seemed to capture the very essence of flame. Number 3. Kraken. Norse legends tell of a sea monster so vast it could drag entire ships to the bottom of the ocean. The kraken was said to create whirlpools with its massive tentacles, terrorizing sailors for centuries. While modern giant squid can reach impressive sizes of up to 43 feet, they pale in comparison to what once lurked in prehistoric seas. Tusoteuthis, which I briefly mentioned in my previous video, was truly massive. But even more terrifying was Camaracuras, a squid-like creature from 470 million years ago. With a shell over 30 feet long and tentacles adding another 30 feet, it was the apex predator of ancient oceans. Fossils of these creatures have been found washed up on shores throughout human history. When ancient Norse seafarers discovered these remains, the legend of the Kraken was born. So the Kraken wasn't just a tale to frighten young sailors. It was based on real monsters that once dominated our oceans. Number 2. Dragons. I touched on dragons in my previous video, but their worldwide prevalence deserves a deeper look. Why do virtually all ancient cultures have dragon legends, even those separated by vast oceans and mountains? The answer lies in our evolutionary history. For millions of years, our primate ancestors lived in constant fear of giant reptilian predators. This fear became encoded in our DNA, a primal terror of large reptiles that persists today. When early humans discovered massive dinosaur skeletons, this instinctive fear combined with awe to create dragon mythology. Different cultures interpreted these remains differently, leading to the wingless water dragons of Asia and the fire-breathing behemoths of Europe. In China, villagers have been collecting dragon bones for medicinal purposes for thousands of years. Modern science has identified these as fossilized remains of ancient creatures like Mamenchisaurus, a 115-foot-long dinosaur. So dragons weren't just cultural metaphors. They were our ancestors' attempts to explain the enormous fossils they encountered through the lens of inherited fear. Number 1. Titans. Greek mythology tells of the Titans, enormous beings of incredible strength who preceded the Olympian gods. These giants were said to be so powerful they could stack mountains to reach the heavens. While humans have always been fascinated by stories of giant humanoids, fossil evidence suggests something truly remarkable once walked alongside our ancestors. Gigantopithecus was the largest primate that ever lived, standing nearly 10 feet tall and weighing up to 1,300 pounds. This enormous ape lived throughout Asia until as recently as 100,000 years ago, meaning our human ancestors almost certainly encountered them. Imagine early humans coming face to face with these colossal creatures, beings that looked somewhat like us but were 3 times our size. The impact on early human mythology would have been profound. So the Titans weren't just metaphors for natural forces. They were memories of actual giant primates that once dominated the landscape and left an indelible mark on human consciousness. But there's something I didn't mention at the beginning of this video. All these incredible prehistoric creatures are nothing compared to what's living among us right now. The most extraordinary animals ever to exist on Earth are sharing the planet with us today. I'll reveal these modern marvels in my next video. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it.